So we have our ATEM software. So we're going to go ahead and allow access to that. And I'm not connected to the internet right now. I need to get a longer Ethernet to do that. We're going to set this up here. And as you can see, nothing is detected because we haven't taken this out the box. This is the base ATEM. So it uses, there is no, I can hook it up to a network, but I mean, there's no point in doing this. It's probably going to be connected over USB. That's how we're going to bring this into OBS. So let's go ahead, take this out the box and have this set up. All right, we're powered up. Let's go ahead and connect this. All right, kind of hard to do with one hand. All right, so we're connected. So from here, we should be able to just close this and oh, maybe if I push the cable all the way in. Nothing was showing up, so we went to setup and let's give this access. Okay, now it's detecting. I think the firewall was blocking it. So let's open it back up again. Oh, and we need an update. That would be the reason why it's not detected. So let's go ahead and let this update. I have 8.6, so I guess these are coming out. I got one that still doesn't have the latest firmware on here, so that's fine. And this is something that does not need to be done again unless you download some updates. And I'm not sure any new updates are going to be really added. A lot of the new updates that have been going on have been for the higher models of this. So not exactly sure how that's going to go. And actually, let me get a Ethernet cable and hook this up to the internet here. All right, we're all done and we're connected to the internet, as you hopefully can see. There we go. Our network here is. Good morning, folks. Big Shorty was saying, upload speed, is that actually? Yes. So if we run a speed test here. So that's download. I used to have a gig, but I didn't need that. This is more than fast enough for everything here. And then that's my upload. Ooh, excuse me. So there we go. 512 download, 565 upload. Philip. Cut back over to here. You keep mentioning using an ATEM and then OBS to stream. What does the ATEM do that OBS cannot? Actually, it's vMix that I'm using right now, and vMix is what you're seeing right here. It's doing the grab, bringing in the comments and doing ever stuff like that. That's what it doesn't do. And then some of the other stuff, like easily integrating everything like that, not having to do a bunch of macros and stuff like that. That's what I use it. Now, I did vMix originally because just like everybody's talking about Ecamm Live and Wirecast, a lot of people had questions about vMix, and it didn't really go. It just talked about using it, but not from a standpoint as a good setup for ministry. So that's when I started using it. And then when I started doing the Q&As, because I used to do a screen capture of just the comments on YouTube, and there was really no way to bring them up necessarily like that. So it just, once I used that, that's why I started liking it. Steve Hawkins, good morning, good morning. Bit shorty. Yeah, so we that's how we play around with the stuff, so it's really cool. Let's go to my network here real quick. And this is my Unify stuff. Let me go in here real quick. My stuff taking a second to upload. All right, so shouldn't say nothing crazy on this side. So like here, we can come in here and we can do the last test that we ran. It actually didn't do it. Let's run it again. So this is actually native inside of Unify. And it actually went to the same place. So 500, upload. And again, I'm not using a router. I'm not using the router from the provider. I have an Ethernet cable going directly into the UDM Pro. So that is what the UDM Pro is handling that. And it looks like I got a couple of updates. That's upstairs. I can update that. Yeah, some of these I don't want to update right now because that's what's being used. So we got our Unify phones, got cameras, doorbell access, and all this other stuff. So we got to come back and do all that fun stuff. But yeah, man, I don't know why I cut back over to that. We can go back to the video. Up. And we're going to change this to program preview. They can always change this. This just means that if I switch to a different source, you're going to go to a preview before it switches over. They can always change that. So now let's go ahead and launch this. And we got another firewall warning to allow. All right, so now this should be good to go. I'm going to make a shortcut down here. What's that? So, see, Biz Short, you were saying I had Comcast in my apartment because it was locked into that, and they're trash. So I had Xfinity in Philly, and the gig speed is like 800, 900 down, but best is upload. Yeah, that's what's horrible. Like I could do one stream, and it was still fluctuating all over the place. And then it was charging an arm and a leg, and what I'm paying for right now is still less. It's faster speed. But less in cost compared to what it was with Comcast. And Comcast is just dropping the ball. They're not trying to keep their stuff updated. Actually, already pinned there. Okay, so that's good. All right, so we got this set up. Now with this open, let's close our setup here. Let's open up OBS. And again, this has already been configured with the OBS Complete bundle. And I've changed it to the max settings here, which is 1080p and at 60 frames a second. So what we need to do now is go to streaming. And like I said, I already had the capture device set at the A10 Mini, but I didn't have the A10 Mini until today. So now we're gonna point it to the A10 Mini. And we're gonna use the device defaults. Then we're gonna come down here, choose custom audio, and then set the mic as the ATEM as well. So now that's good. And because this is copied, the same settings exist here. So really nothing has to change. As long as this has stayed connected in the same USB port, for the most part, you should be good to go. All right, so now we got all of this done. Let's go here to our software. We're gonna go to the gear for the ATEM. And we're gonna come up here and we can set our resolution. It's always gonna be 1080p, but you can change the frame rate. So I'm just gonna do this at 60 for right now. Set. Now you might need to change this because it depends. They're gonna do the HDMI out of this going into their projector. That's why we have this HDMI to VGA. This is similar to the one that I have at my church because our projectors are set up the same way. But this is a test. We might have to change that resolution in here, well, excuse me, the frame rate if the projector does not support it. And we'll test out and see what we can do with this. I think I got another VGA cable around here. All right, so all of this is done. And now that I think about it, I don't have our presenter software on here, because I believe they asked for that. worshipextreme.com/presenter. Now we're going to go ahead and download that. Now the good thing is the system is fast enough to handle the stream and run presentation software at the same time. My service is Verizon Fios. That's what I have. And it's 500 up, 500 down. Not, and I would really like to do that, but it does have enough power to do it. All right, so now that we got this straight, we're gonna go ahead and connect the Canon here. Now, the reason we went with a Canon, because this is actually gonna be mounted as a still shot, and we have this little bracket here. That's going to be screwed into the wall, and then it's going to mount right here, and it's going to be kind of like a stationary shot. Put that over in the box over there. And with that, we have this long, about 50 feet of link cable, and we have a link remote to where we can turn this on and off. So this is going to be mounted up on the wall somewhere. We have this, and we have, actually this is more than is needed. He said it was actually on like 30 feet away. So we got an extension cable. Excuse me, he actually said 15 feet away, excuse me. This is a 15-foot extension cable, HDMI extension, and with this one, the cable that's coming from the camera is 3 feet. So we're under 25 feet, so we should be good. And then link can go a pretty far distance, but I just ended up getting this cable. So this is going to be able to allow it to turn on and off. You just got to make sure the camera is in camera mode. And as you can hear, the camera is turned on. Let me take the shield off here. All right. So now that we got that up and running, we're going to take the end of this HDMI extension cable here and connect it into input number 1 on the ATEM, and we should get an image in OBS. Like I said, this is a little difficult to do one-handed. All right, so we got that. If we switch over, we don't have an image, so we need to see what is going on. Oh, there it goes. I don't know what that is. Maybe the cable was loose. But as you can see, we have a lot of menu stuff that we need to remove. So let's go ahead and slide this over here. Let's make this full screen because we need to turn all this stuff off. All right. Now this is going to be interesting. Can we do this like this? So we need to adjust all of this. So where's my menu button? So we're going to go to function. Photo. I need to get the controls so that we can change this. Oh, the menu button is on the back. So let's turn this around. And we're gonna go to the menu button on here. And the remote is there. All right, so now we got to start turning some stuff off. That's fine. That is fine. That's fine. and that's fine. All right, so that's not a camera setup. Now we're here. Our resolution, honestly, I mean, do you need to do it this high? No, because the ATEM is not going to pick that up. So we can switch it down to 1080p, and let's change the frame rate to 5994. And recording media, all that, not really my concern. Record command, time code, all of this is not needed. All right, microphone, I don't believe is needed because we're going to be pulling from the house. I mean, you can turn off sound notifications if you want, but I think that would be good to at least hear when the camera is on. All right, so, and actually, I don't know why I did this. The change that we did here for our camera really has nothing to do, that has to do with the recording. Because the recording is something completely different than the HDMI out. All right, let's see. Got some comments here. I answered that. My brother, I'm running 3 different systems. I'm running a High Sierra on an old iMac, a 5-year-old Mac Pro, and 2-year-old Mac Mini M1. One reason I'm looking at using Windows, Ecamm Live, is because I can't make OBS updates in one place and see it in the other. I'm trying to make my workload simpler. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. I don't understand the updates though. Woo. And that's what this is. So we're at 1080p, so that's fine. Output status, let's see what that is. All right, that just confirms. And the color standard we're using is YCC 422. Sometimes that can be important in your settings for your capture card. All right, so from here, nothing is needed so far. Let's go over here. Do we want to output screen displays? No, we don't. And right there, everything went away and everything is now migrated to the screen here. So let's go ahead and update to see if there's anything else. On-screen markers off. Distance, okay, that's fine. Language, time zone. I'm gonna leave all of this I set up already. Power LED, access, auto power off. All right, we got some more comments, y'all. John, just woke up. Wow, you weren't kidding. Did you pull an all-nighter with AJ? A bunch of folks took some naps on me there, John. So when Joy wants to know, ATEM Mini Pro or ISO wish to buy. Now, the purpose with the ISO would be if you're ever in a situation where you need to have each recording. I have the ATEM Mini Pro ISO because that is a smaller system that I take. So when I'm doing weddings, funerals, graduations, I'm recording every single input, just in case for editing purposes for backup. That would be the only reason to have an ISO. Other than that, you don't need it. So I'll give you an answer. So can we take 2 outputs from the Pro? No. Well, yes. You can take the USB out and then the HDMI out, but then you wouldn't have a multi-view to be able to see anything. Steve Hawkins. Question. Our church just installed 3 Signifier smart TVs. I haven't had the time to play with the settings yet, but how can I set them up to automatically go to the correct input when I turn them on? Most TVs, like the TCLs, they have something as a power setting to say what's this default power startup, and you can pick an input, and that's how I've had on those. They should have something like that. That's kind of standard there. Biz, good morning, John. I tried, but I dozed off. I fell, but been here for about 2 hours now. Yep. Thank y'all for hanging with me. I haven't had no sleep, so I'm all 19 hours, 9 minutes, and 35 seconds. We've been awake. We have not dozed at all. Let's let's see. Going off just to attend rehearsals at church again. Thanks, AJ. Thanks all. Hey, have a good one, and you are welcome. John Cook, mad props to you, AJ. I prayed for you before I went to bed that God would give you the strength to pull through and give you the strength to make it through and make your goal. Thank you so much for the prayers. I really appreciate it. You know, this, like I said, folks, this is not me doing the stream, but just y'all are just giving me so much hope and excitement for the fact of being able to, you know, we ain't mentioning any type of denominations in here, and we're able to work and push people on. Not just me for doing this, but we're seeing other camaraderie and support and everything, and that's what it's really supposed to be. And I'm really excited about that. With all the craziness going on, it's good to know that we still innately, everybody has that. Maybe I should also say, man, props I got very much so. Steve, hey, you are welcome. It's past 3 p.m. here. Man, 3 p.m., I'll be going to sleep. Yeah. I was tempted to type sheep emojis and see if AJ could resist, but didn't. Hey, man, hey, we rolling. At this point, we just going, man. We going. I'm tired, but, I mean, we just going. Even my girlfriend, when she called, she's like, "Oh wow, you sound wide awake," because I am. But when this is over, oh, this live stream is gonna end quick, fast, in a hurry when we finish this. Because like I said, I'm gonna jump in on my Zoom consultation. We is gone. Let's see, where do we stand right now? So again, let me take a pause real quick and just remind everybody what we got done going on here. And where is my ATEM? My media player. So for everybody, if you're just joining, if you haven't, we're close to getting our one goal straight. We're over 2,000. We're not close to the 5,000, but we are close to the 2,500, so we can at least bless one ministry. And, you know, either we're going to do with that, might split it. I still would like to do the whole thing. So ways to give and donate. You can do a super chat. Go to YouTube. Go to, you're already on YouTube. Go to PayPal. The link is down below, or use the QR code. And that's one way to do it. And then also another way with the great folks, David and Hugh over at PhoneLiveStreaming, you can sign up for a free trial. Should have highlighted the word free. And then if your church signs up with that, you do at least one live stream with 3 people listening in, they will donate $100 to this. So thank you for that. And if I come out of here, if you want to enter the giveaway, that giveaway is the same one we're doing every 10,000 subscribers. It's a $2,000 giveaway. We've already went over that, but the goal for this was to do 2,500 so we could add all the bells and whistles, the cables, the mounts, all this other stuff. If you want to enter that, just go here to the link. The link is the pinned comment in the chat box, and that's what we got going on. So I was like, what am I missing? Oh, because I did this under here. There we go. Yay, so we're back. So, again, really excited about that. We're at $2,003. That's where we're at. So, awesome, awesome. So, really thankful for all of everything going on here. Let's cut back over here. Oops, wrong one. This is what we need to get to. I want to turn that off. I want it to stay on until somebody actually turns it off. You have programmable buttons. We're not using that. Not using that. The dial. And that's it. So now, as you can see, we have a clean output. I'm gonna switch this back to me. All right. So now the system is clean. That's what's coming in here on the ATEM. Now, what we're gonna do is I had another cable connected to the system. So this will now make our computer look like we have two displays. And I'm going from the HDMI out of our video card into here. So we had a little bleep. We're gonna hit the Windows key and the letter P. And now you can see we have this and we're extended. All right. So we're going to the desktop, display settings, and you see we have two screens now. Number 2 is what I'm on. Number 1 is the ATEM. So, and my hand is getting tired. I need a tripod. All right, I am tripoded up, so now I can free my hands, hopefully. All right, so we have our two displays now, and maybe I can move it this way. And that's still too far away. Oh well. Have to just let it sit right here. All right, so we have our two displays here, and I can't go into Presenter because I need their email to set up everything. Maybe I'll log into mine, give an example of it, but let's go ahead and install that. Now, one thing when you're running dual screens, like if I switched over to the second screen by just hitting this, and see this is the preview mode that we're set up in. As you can see, we have this taskbar. I want to get rid of that. How you do that, just right click, go to taskbar settings, and I want to scroll down, and I do not want to show a taskbar on multiple displays. So we're going to turn that off. So now, as you can see, we have a clean output on the second monitor. We want that because if we were presenting anything, that taskbar would still be there. All right, let's pick our language. Now I'm gonna log in real quick. All right, we're logged in. And they changed the layout a little bit more too. All right, so what I'm gonna do is go to our settings. Now these settings are only gonna be for me right now, but we wanna make sure we got some stuff straight. So we're gonna be at 16 by 9. Our output, that's the default slide. We go to our screen configuration. Our main output, I'm now gonna pick that second monitor, which is the ATEM. All right. Got that saved, and that's mainly it. So let me go over to my I'll do Q&A, and then I'm just gonna bring this up here, and it's downloading everything. So there's my preview. We are going to start presentation. So now there you see, that's what's coming up on the second screen. Now I don't have the Bible installed on here. I need to change the Bible that I have because this is missing. I am using New King James. So we come over here to Bibles, and thankfully the new update actually has that. Should have had everything synced. I don't know. Oh well, we got it there, and let's do American Standard as well. All right, we're gonna come back over here. We're gonna edit our Bible. We have the Bible, so why is that not working for me? All right, there we go. Now we're gonna change this to, I don't know, James 1. We set our full screen. We got all.
How funny. Is that anti-itis food you eating? Because if you
So, you share, I go straight to sleep after growing. No, this is just stuff to snack on. At this point, I just ain't gonna kick in right now. At where we at right now, mm-mm. We fighting itis, but swords, nunchucks, everything. This, and we are using the background. We're gonna hide the reference, and we're gonna search. Got it. Launch, and now we got our scripture. So now, if we come over here, as you can see, let me set this to always on top, so you'll be able to see this change while we're doing this. So now, when I'm going and changing scriptures, it's sending it to the second screen, which is what number 2 is on the ATEM. All right, so you don't have to change anything in the ATEM. It's just going to be taking whatever source that you're picking from the ATEM. So if I went to number 1, as you can see, we're back to me. But then if I go to number 2, we're going to go right back to our scripture. Cool. Now, say you want to have both of these integrated on top of each other, kind of like scripture over top. So I'm gonna walk you through that again. First, you need to make sure you have no background. And let's pick our scripture. Go back to King James. I already had a template for lower third. You need to create that. And we're just gonna do Psalms 100. 100. Search. All right, so we got it here. So now if we launch, as you can see, this is how it is. So if we go back to the ATEM and we change our source, you see that's all we get. And actually, I need to change something because it said to inherit the background, which I didn't want to do. I want to uncheck that and say none. Now that's better. And now if we switch back to number 2, see now we have. All right, let's go here. We got a question here. John, I haven't been on the whole time, so maybe somebody already asked this question, but what brand of headphones are you wearing? And they must be very comfortable to wear for 24 hours. These are Rhodes Nth 100 headphones. Yes, they are very, very comfortable. I have 2 sets of these here for me and my daughter or whoever is here. These are the ones that I've recommend for studio ones, and these are the only headphones I've ever had that I can wear for such a long period of time, and it does not bother me. So those are Rode Nth 100s. I would do a link to those. There's about 100 and let me see, Rode Nth 100. $120, and I've ordered a bunch of these. So if I open this up here, so yeah, so we've got a bunch of these. I've actually ordered 6 of these. I have 7. 4 of them I have at the church for our conference room. I had to. Somebody broke another one, snapped it in half, and tried to hide it as if I didn't notice it. So didn't say nothing about it, ordered another pair. So that's what I got. Very, very comfortable. I will put a link to these as well. Completely over the ear. Very, very comfortable here. Put a link there. So that's awesome. So let's see. Back to Pastor Daniel here. I'm already working on my May date so that you can stay here for the rest of the week in Chicago after the conference. Awesome. And I think I did tell my girlfriend about that. So let's see. And I skipped one of your comments, so my bad. My Saturday prayer call starts in 45 minutes, and we will definitely be lifting you up this morning, praying that God will reward you for helping others with the Great Commission. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, y'all. Sean, good morning. I just finished listening to a podcast about mindless. Any thoughts on this usefulness with the media ministry and its implications and wellness check? How are you? I am doing great. I mean, I'm not asleep. I'm feeling my second wind because seeing light coming up outside, blue light actually keeps you awake more. So I'm doing good, but I am gonna go to sleep really hard after I finish all the stuff I have done to do today. Bit Shorty, speaking of, I'm assuming that's of equipment. Clearly, you have a lot of stuff, but what is your own on your wish list of something you do not really that you do not have but really want? My brother-in-law said, "Good morning. I see that you are still going strong." Yeah, we got to win mindfulness. Sorry, because I was like mindless. Now I'll go back to you, Sean White. Sorry, that's popcorn stuck in my teeth. Something that you do not have but really want. I'll be honest with you, and y'all know me. I would hope y'all know me enough to when I show you some of this stuff. This isn't about everything that I'm doing. Is I want more so that I can bless more. That's really what it is, to be able to be an impact and help and do different types of things with other people and just do the stuff to where it's like everybody else typically can't do something, but I want to be able to do more. Um, so actually, this dream has actually changed because I was actually going to some house plans. The real thing I want is a house, my own house, that I can actually have a space. That's my daughter. She wants to paint the walls, do whatever, different color, pink. I think she said she wants her room to be rainbow. That's going to be interesting. But I mean, I had a house, then I ended up listening to the wrong person and selling it. But let me give an example. And again, I know this might. Well, no, forget that. I mean, it's my dream, and I don't have to defend my dream to anybody. All right, so let me take you on a tour. This is what I want to do, and I'm picking this because this is just something I got just looking at it. But this is kind of cool. So we're gonna do a full screen of this, and we'll do a picture in picture. So this house looks kind of big and gaudy or whatever. I don't care. I think it looks awesome. So again, this isn't ideally exactly what it is, but I want to show you how the mindset will be. I always dreamed of having a driveway to other people, so plenty of people come in. There's plenty of space. Got a 3-car garage, so it'd be me and the wife's car, and maybe a family car, big one that gives everybody space if we want to get around. Like the master bedroom, that bathroom is awesome. It has a private little terrace that's private there. The entry, everybody comes in. Your stairs going upstairs. You come straight in. You see the living room. We have a elevator. Yes, an elevator, because I mean, have some other folks that trouble going upstairs and stuff like that want to do that. If we have stuff that wants to go upstairs, put in an elevator and take it upstairs instead of trying to muscle it up the steps. Have a study. Always wanted to have a study with a library of books, nice chairs to sit down and just relax, quiet, and read. Nice big kitchen to be able to cook some meals, a big family room for the family to play, family, friends come over, area for breakfast, nice living room fireplace, have a his and hers closet, so there's no fighting with that. Come right in, have the double doors. Go to the right, that's the master bathroom. Go to the left, the closet, the master sitting room. Open out. Would love to have a pool, but I'll just say, like, Renata can't swim. My daughter can somewhat swim. I can swim. Just be able to have, I mean, I always wanted to have a place where the family can come over, hang out. It's more than enough space when we have Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays. It's more than enough space for everybody. The stuff is nice and able to celebrate. Business partners to have them come over, friends and stuff like that to hang out, have something to enjoy. That's just the first floor. And then the second floor, have a guest bedroom, bonus room for a movie theater that I always want to have. And then it can have one of these bedrooms is going to be like the second living room. That'll probably be an entertainment for the kids. Have their friends come over, hang out. Multiple bedrooms, so people have their own space. But one of this is actually going to be turned into an office, and a YouTube studio. Let me just drop my phone. So this honestly isn't ideal because I want it. I want to have a basement or something like this. So, I mean, really, I want a space that it's like it's a home, and then it's something that's mine, and then really to work and have something to share with family, friends, business partners, to be able to run a home business. Because I was going to say my wife, but I just said if working towards marriage or something like that. Me and Renata, she works from home, I work from home. Then we also have a mutual business that we work together. Then she has a big family, I have a big family, to where it's enough space to where it was so good for this space that I have that we had stuff events here at the house here. Just love stuff like that, and that's what I really desire. But let's jump over here to some of the questions here. John, would you say that those Rode headphones are good for live mixing, front of house in the church, or are they more for live streaming? Honestly, both, because it's enclosing everything. It's in completely covering my ear, and it sounds completely different, and it's isolating the sound. I actually pulled these headphones and hooked this up to the X32 when I'm at church to mix the live sound and live streaming. Daniel, that's going to be the honest of our prayers focus for you this morning. Lord, thank you for AJ's new house and studio. Well, thank you. I touch and agree. Really excited. There's a lot of things that going on that I'm just waiting to hear confirmation on, and I'm really excited about that. So thank you, John. Nice. So when is the 24-hour pool party? Man, that's dangerous. I ain't gonna do that unless it's really shallow. But again, I've always wanted to just have a lot of friends that we can travel together, hang out, and actually have real friends. Not knocking any of the friends that I have. That's not what I mean. But to have people to where it's like, hey, to where you're able to bless them, they're able to bless you. It's not like a tit for tat, but you just want to be able to help. Like one of my big dreams is to have business, be very successful, have a bunch of teams. We help out ministries all over the world. We have teams. Instead of me crawling in addicts, I have employees that help out. They have the same heart to help out other ministries, help them move forward, not rip them off, get them what they need, train them what they need, have the ministry to go forward, have the income that I pay them very well. I saw something, and it's always been a dream as a CEO of a company to be the least paid person. So say I'm making $70,000 a year. Everybody else that's working makes more than me. And I put up my salary and everybody else on the wall, so it's very transparent. I want to be able to do that so that I know that it show everybody it's like, no, this CEO is different. The AJ, the CEO is different. But more importantly, to be able to bless families to where take like one of my biggest dreams. Here we have Richmond, we have an airport, but we also have Millionaire Air, which is a private jet that you can rent. To have enough income coming in from business and other investments and stuff that I can have my whole family say, hey, I'm paying for y'all to go on a vacation, a family vacation. They go to the airport, and I'm like, no, y'all are at the wrong airport. Come to Millionaire Air and rent a private jet that holds 20 people and just fly in style. I just want to, like with my daughter, I want her to show that she doesn't have to be a business owner. She doesn't have to be an employee. I want to show her in what I'm doing that first I'm following what God had me to do, but then also show that there's an excuse remover. If you want to pursue your dreams and become a business owner, you can. If you want to pursue your dreams and go to college, you can, but it's not going to be debt. We're going to show you how to pay that stuff off. If you want to be an employee, you can. I just want to show that there's options and that you don't have to be a basketball, football, sports athlete, star, a rapper, dancer, or be half naked to actually be successful in any way, shape, or form. I want to show that there is no excuse. Again, your daddy's 5'5". He's not playing basketball, football, and nothing like that. But look, more importantly, we followed the calling and the assignment that God gave, and look, he provided. That's what I'm excited about doing. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And Ty Johnson, A House, I just connected and heard this. Great. I will accept that. That's the dream. Not necessarily that one, but I mean that's the vision. Somebody the question was, what's something that I really want that I don't have? And it's like really my own house, not a rental, something that's actually mine, the family's, and it's for my immediate family, but also being able to be a gift to where we have her family, my family, we have events and everything like that, as well as friends. Business partners, everybody come over. Something that's nice to be enjoyed across everybody. That said, I meant equipment. What equipment do you not have that you really want, or is the new crib the equipment? Yeah, it's an equipment. It's a tool to be able to help provide and support, and then also have enough space to have a nice studio that we were talking about in designing it. I like to do DIY. I like to have my hands on stuff, so like to have a house being built to where it's like, nah, y'all just wait. I'm going to run the wiring exactly the way I want it to in the amount that I want and put everything the way I want. I'm talking about having an actual server room that has retinal scanners and fingerprint scanners. So nobody's coming in there except for your register like me, and just, can get in there and nobody's touching stuff, have it air conditioning, everything. Just heart's desire to just have, because again, my vision of me running my business from home is to have ministers and bring your team over to the house into the basement that is my office. But again, it's a miniature media ministry. So when they step in, they have all the equipment that I'm going to talk to, and they can have their team get their hands on it and see everything before they touch anything. Hey, we want to have a digital wall, have a small version of it there so they can see what it looks like. Hey, you want this PTZ camera, you want this camera, you want this, and this. We have a sample of all that stuff. We have a sample of a sound system. Like back in the day, it used to be like you go to the home theater studios or like Best Buy or the old Circuit City. It feels like it's something in my nose, so sorry. That's why I'm rubbing my nose. To be able to go there and sit down and see the stuff, hear it, want to do something like that. Daniel, y'all is funny. Y'all is funny, man. Now, be honest. I was hoping with all that talking, more time would have went by. we only did like 10 minutes. Oh Lord. But anyway, yeah, excited, man. It's like, and I think it's so true that it's like what we need to have ministers, whatever, really have a vision and share it. And again, it's not something that's crazy. And the sad thing about it is people have crazy visions and people are getting behind it. And it's my whole thing. I'm not shaming anybody. My whole thing is if people out here are doing nonsense and people are just following in line with it, what's the matter with having some morals behind you, standing behind God, doing a purpose, and then having people standing behind it? Like, that's what I'm excited about. Like, who gains from the fact that we're going to do set a Guinness World Record of reading the Bible from beginning to end? It's not about this. It's about bringing together a bunch of believers, and we focus on one goal. It's not about who's going to get this, and this. It's going to be equal for everybody. Doesn't matter if you got 50 people here, 20 people. It's about accomplishing something in one accord. That's what I'm excited about. Biz was like, the server room retinal scanners? Yes. Sean, you're going to have to leave room in your schedule for those that want to rent your house studio as an e-chapel. Hey, honestly, that was another dream, talking about the E-Missionary Conference, having one this annually in every continent so you can send people there to train. And the idea is to have a studio set up to train people with the cutting-edge equipment. We have enough influence that we can go to Sony, to Panasonic, all these companies to bring this equipment in so that we can actually sample the stuff. And think about it. You can have your team come in, have all the stuff you need to train them in with professionals that would train them on how to use it. But say when you have that camera, you're a band, you're a group that you don't have the money for that. You can come into that conference and be professionally recorded with that equipment, with the lights, the sound, and everything like that, and have other people that are learning to video edit, but at the same time, you're video editing their music video. You're mastering their their CD, their MP3, or whatever that's going out, their album that's going out. It's multiple purposes. Have Also have a publishing company to where if people want to write, we had that stuff in place. And I don't know why I'm looking at this instead of the camera, but yeah, I mean, it's like the vision is so big of the things that I want to accomplish. But the thing about it is I'm only one person. That's why I'm all about like wanting to help as much as we possibly can. Bruce, welcome back. Vera Cook, hello, hello. Good morning, AJ. I love your business idea. I feel the same way. You're a true inspiration and such a humble soul. Thank you for being you. Hey, well, thank you. You know who I am. Hey, good morning, everybody. So, as a reminder and refreshing everybody, where we stand, we are in our fundraising through PayPal. We have $1,445. And where's my so we got $1,445. And then on YouTube, we have $598.58. So we're at $2,043.58. We're still about, $457, $56 shy of the original goal. But hey, we've already crossed over the 2,000. So at minimum, we'll be able to do the same thing that we're going to give away at every 10,000 goal. So I'm excited about that. Not complaining, just thanking that we were able to do what we were able to do. Bruce, question. When the preaching is done, you mentioned 3 weeks ago streaming with ATEM, AV Connections, Pro Presenter, and vMix. How does Worship Web Presenter and vMix get AV feeds to broadcast? I have the Blackmagic Intensity Pro 4K in my streaming system. So in vMix, that capture card has an HDMI in and out. So the out is being an external display using that card. It sends that out to HDMI, which goes into the web presenter, and that's where the source of the audio and video is coming, and that's what you're seeing. Well, you were seeing it. I'm streaming through vMix right now. I don't know what was going on. Web presenter was fluctuating, giving buffering, but I'm still getting it. So I think it was just we've been pushing YouTube to the limit on what's been going on. So we've been streaming for 20 hours, 20 hours and 3 minutes. Exactly right there. That's what YouTube is saying. That's how I'll use that. What's the next thing? This shortly. I have a trick for you. They say don't watch the clock. Yeah, instead I say add to that clock. You have 3 hours, 6 hours left. No, 4 hours. Think 6. It's still working. Hey, you got to, man. It takes the same amount of energy to accomplish something small that it takes big. That's so true. David, have you learned anything during this 24-hour live stream? I learned that the body can do whatever the mind has decided it's going to do. The body will say it's true that you're tired or whatever, but if the mind said you can keep going on, guess what? The mind controls the body, not the body controls the mind. That's what I learned. I already knew that, but this was a true test of it. Like even when my girlfriend called me, she's like, "Oh, wow, you're wide awake." I was like, "Yes, I am. Yes, I am." Enoch, hello, hello. So looking at it, so the live stream is actually saying this is how long we in. The counter is saying it's 19:43. I'm gonna say we got less than 4 hours. I'm gonna go with that one. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I mean, yeah, we still got some time, but I mean, we're in the home stretch, folks. We are 3. What is it? My math is off right now. It's 4. Man, I'm really off right now. What's my math off right now? That's 4, 8, 16, 7, 20, no, 28, no, that's it. Yeah, 6. Man, my math is off. We're 5/6 of the way through. We only got 1/6 left to go. So let's cut back over here, let this video finish, and we got some more questions. We will pop in and out. So again, just let you know, all the links are above if you want to contribute towards that. We just want to knock this thing out, man. And the good thing is we, look at what we're going to be able to do and a ministry that we're going to be able to transform to come in, and a ministry to be able to bless and stuff like that, to help out in some way, shape, or form. Now, the one thing I will say, if your ministry wins and you already have this equipment, I'm kindly asking, push it on to somebody else who needs it. If you already got the equipment that's going to be won, go ahead and try and push it to another ministry, man. It's about trying to really help some others that don't have what you may have. But if you don't have it, hey, I hope you use it to the fullness and all that other good stuff. Nothing in the background, and that's good. So with all that set, we're going to switch back to me. I'm going to minimize this. Actually, we need to keep that up so we can see what we're doing. Slide this over a little bit. We're going to go here to our ATEM software, and we're going to set our DSK, our downstream keyer. That's right here under platelets, downstream keyer. What is our source? It's going to be camera input 2, camera 2, or input number 2, as well as our key is number 2. So now, if we just turn on the DSK, there's our scripture over top of live video that's done inside the software. This is all dependent on you send nothing as your background, because the instant you come in here and make a change or something like that for your background, so let's say I just pick this as my background and the DSK is still on, and I guess my background is so close to black that folks, man, phone live streaming, you done. If I was asleep, we don't woke up. We're gonna jump here and let's see this chat, folks. This is the opportunity here. It says we will match every super chat donation in the next like 15 minutes for up to $100, folks. That's exciting, man. That's awesome, folks. So hey, come on, folks, we can do this, man. Just imagine, look at and expect what the face is going to look like to the ministry that's going to get blessed and be able to help out, and how many more people they're going to be able to reach. Thank you, Phone Live Streaming. Thank you. That is awesome. So, man, I'm lost for words. I don't even know what to send out here, and I know it's still early, but let me see. See if I can call my brother-in-law. See if we can get some other stuff going on here. Hey, are you still on the live stream? Well, no, you're fine. I'm just gonna. We need to get as many people on here. Phone Live Streaming said that in the next 15 minutes they will match every single donation that comes in the next 15 minutes up to $100. Yep. Oh, that's Miss Phyllis from Bristol, Pennsylvania, where I did that install up there. Oh, she finally cut out though. Oh yeah, we had a bunch of folks. Some people dozed out on me, but hey, they came back. Awesome. Ty Johnson, thank you so much. So we just got Ty donated, did a super chat 50, and then Phone Live Stream is matching that. Thank you so much, all of y'all, man. Thank you. Video streams, what's going on? Hey, so let me get back on here, but thanks. All right, later. Man, thank y'all so much. That's thankful is an understatement. Video systems, what is video systems? Video streams, what's going on? Man, thank y'all so much. Man. Get back in here. Oh, there you go. You see, you start seeing those lines and stuff like that because it's erasing the black.
Actually, I'm a step away for a second. I need to make a phone call, but I'm still here.
And the grays and everything are still in place. That's why you need to make sure if you do this, no matter what presentation software that you use, that there is no background. And that's how it went away, just like that. So pretty much in OBS, this will give you your starting, and I need to restart because we've already used enough time. This will be going on. They're updating the name, pick whatever background that they want, go to settings, to streaming, and then now you're here. Now, the sad thing is there is no DSK button on the ATEM. So you would have to do this in software, but that right now, once it's set up, that's it. And now that I got it, let me go ahead and save this as well too. Save as, and I'm gonna do this under documents and do today's date. Save everything. And then we're also gonna do save startup state. So all of this should come right back once they power it on. All right, so all of this is good so far. Now, I don't have access to their sound system, so the next thing you would do is come down here to the gear, go to audio, general, and if you're coming from a sound system, whether it's mic input 2 or 1, change it to line. The only reason why you would want to have a microphone is if you're plugging a microphone directly into the back of here. If you're coming from a sound system, switch it to line. So I'm just gonna adjust it to line for right now, and I should have did that before I saved my startup state and everything, as well as my backup. All right, so now this is set up as if audio is going to come in from the sound mixer and it's going to go that way. So everything right there is good so far. Now, one thing I'm going to do is we're going to test to see if this will work, and it should. But the issue is I am not sure if their projectors can support it. So the basis is we were using this right now, but if it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to get them an HDMI to VGA scaler. That's the same thing I have at my church, because our projectors don't support 1080p. They start acting up. They don't even support 720p, so I have to do some type of hybrid in the middle.
So let me cut over here. So again, phone live streaming, thank you so much. In the next, I think like 10 minutes, they said they will match every contribution up to $100. We can push through, folks, and we can get some other stuff done here to really impact. Really excited about that. We are at currently right now, do this minus, I lost where I just had it. So we have 14, 45 plus 648, 58. So we're at 2,093. And then my brother-in-law, they contributed 20. So thank you for that. We're at 21. I was going to say 21,000. That's going to be awesome. We're at $2,113.58. Man, that's awesome, folks. Really excited about all of that. Let's see what else we got. Video stream said I crashed out at 2 a.m. Face orange, raised eyebrow. So that's the emoji there. I didn't see it here in I was actually surprised. I didn't hear any alarms or nothing like that going off. But Daniel, I would agree. Phone live streaming, yes, amazing. Ty as well. That's awesome. Biz, you did good video streams. That's about the time I wanted to clock back in, but I slept till about 5 a.m. but then jumped straight in when I woke up. That was awesome. It's phone stream. Those are the moments when being broke really sucks, because I wish I could drop $2,500 on here and not even think about it. Just do it. Man, thank y'all, because, the fact that you have the heart to give, that's what it's really all about. I believe And I can't back this up with scripture, but I really believe that it's like if you have a heart to give, and it's like the more you give, the more will be given unto you. You know, I think that's the desire of to have more to be able to give back. So awesome. Vera Cook gave 20. Thank you for that. $30 plus 6 minutes left to match. Thank you so much. Phone live streaming. I really appreciate that. Guys, I mean, I don't have no words. So just excited about everything. It's too early. I still got 4 hours. We ain't gonna shed no tears of joy or nothing like that. But man, just really excited. Really, really, really excited about all of this. Awesome. I mean, all of this is really great. So appreciate all of y'all doing this, being able to help, and we be able to make a real change on a ministry and stuff like that. And so don't forget, you know, if you're doing this, don't forget to, if you want to be a part of the giveaway and be possible one to be selected in this, you can go to the link. The link is above in the pinned comment, or it's right here as well too. Go to that. You only have to enter once. We'll pull something to verify as well too. So really, 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 really excited about just all of this in general. Humbled, to say the least. Oh man, so I'm on excitement, but like I said, I'm telling y'all, I already know I'm gonna crash something serious when we do get through here. So, Big Shorty, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Man, just really excited. Really thankful for all of this as well too. All right, y'all, stop now. We ain't gonna get emotional, but thank you. I mean, like, just real talk. I mean, you know, this ain't the church talk. I'm just being real. For anybody who's just been in church for any time, have y'all ever had that feeling like, man, what are we doing? Like, we hear all this other stuff. Does anybody just want to do more to be able to impact? I mean, I've always wanted to impact people's lives in a meaningful way and really see that what I'm doing, like, I love playing music, you know, and I miss that. I miss singing, but it's like all I'm doing is helping the people there locally. And yes, I'm not trying to down that, but it's nothing wrong with knowing that it's like, man, all of the stuff that we're doing, we're so capable of so much more. You know, it's like I learned in reading and stuff like that in prayer. It's just like, you know, all the things, the desires of our heart, first off, God gave it to you in the first place. And the main thing is like, he's not holding anything back from us. It's more of like, can we truly accept that desire you got? It's like, he didn't just give it to you to tease you. It's like that if you have that desire, those dreams, those aspirations, those things you want to accomplish, he didn't just give that to tease you. Like, again, I'm 5'5". I have no desire to be in the NBA or the NFL. You're not teased with a desire. A desire is given to you because it's like a blueprint of a possible future if you choose to accept it. So I'm just really, really excited about just what we can do. And I mean, just a small little bit that I'm doing just to be able to do more, to impact more. Yeah, I don't even really have any other words for that, but I mean, just really excited. And we is about ready to cross the 20-hour mark. Oh man, we in the home stretch. Oh my gosh. So sleepy. Anyway, let me get back to this video here, and I'm gonna go to the restroom, get something to drink, maybe get a little breakfast, and we'll be back here in a little bit. Again, thank you, Phone Live Streaming. Really appreciate all of this. And thank y'all so much. Let's get back over here. For that to work. So what I'm gonna do is disconnect the VGA from this and then just connect it. And I just wanna see, do I get an image? Because at least I'll know that this works. All right, and there we go. Let me switch over.
As you can see, we're coming from the HDMI out. There is no multi-view on this version, so it's just a clean HDMI out. HDMI to the converter, I am using the VGA connector, which is connected here. And boom, there we go. So this will work. As long as their projector supports 1080p, that converter will work. It's able to pull enough power so you don't need an external, but you always could plug external power into it if you needed to. But this works fine. So that's it. I'm gonna disconnect everything and hook it back up, and then we'll go from there, see what else we got left. All right, as you can see, we're back. I need to log out of my stuff, and when they come in, they need to set up their own account for their software. I think for the most part, I think that's everything. I like to make shortcuts down here to go to their software. Oh, and I need to turn off that always, because that'll messing people up with that. Also, let's see, setup. We are using software because it's using the CPU for that. Should be fine. And then I'm using the encoder off of the GT710 for recording, if need be. Audio, everything is disabled. Advanced, don't really mess with. And we're set to base and output at 1080p at 60 frames a second. And for the most part, I think we're done. Obviously, they got to test this again when you're actually physically at the church to get a speed test and all this other stuff. You might want to dial those settings in. 2500 is the lowest that you would really want to do for your live stream. I mean, you could go to 15, but I mean, 2500 should be fine. But again, that's all dependent on their internet connection. And I think that's it. Because we got the ATEM set up, they're gonna need to go and set up their own presenter account. So I can't set up their templates and stuff like that, but we have plenty of videos to where we talk about that. Like I said, we got everything set up here. Go here to our remote here that is connected through all this long cable, so we know it works. And there we go. Now we're off. And the good thing I like with this one is you don't have to keep this screen open. You can keep it closed if you want. Me at my church, I actually have it flipped like this and closed this way so I can walk by and easily see if it's on or off, but that is their choice. And I think that's mainly it. So that's setting up a full system. Most of the time, I only have the streaming system, but in this case, we have camera, we have ATEM, and we're doing all of that, and hopefully that fills in the gaps. Let me know if you have any other questions, and just being honest, I'm probably not going to be really responding to a lot of stuff until maybe about like Monday. Just got a lot of personal stuff that I'm working through right now, so I'm not ignoring you on purpose. I just got a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully things will be back to normal around like Monday, something like that. But if you like this type of content, I appreciate a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. This is AJ, folks. We'll see you on the next video. Later.
So I got back just in time. Thank y'all so much. PhoneLiveStreaming, Sean White, Vera Cook, Jack Glenn, Ty Johnson, everybody. Thank you so much. Man, this is exciting. So let's see, where do we stand right now? Get the calculator here. So PayPal, we're still at $1,445, and with everything recently that came in, Quanti just added 10, so thank you for that. Waiting for that to pop up here. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. We're at 808.58. So we're at $2,253.58. Awesome. Man, I can't wait. I mean, you imagine a video when we walk in again to a ministry that wins this. I mean, I'm excited. That's going to be awesome. Awesome. Let's go. Thank you. That's really awesome, man. What? Look at what we're able to do when we put all the nonsense aside. We all of us just focus on one goal. Look at what we're able to accomplish. Man. Just so excited about all that. Let's see. So, hey folks, like I said, I'm eyes here. If y'all have any questions or anything like that, we are in a home stretch. We're under 4 hours. And man, I just want to put my feet up, relax. I didn't even get a chance to play any video games, but that's good. But we're good. And Mr. Clarence, you funny. I was saying, good morning. Had to take a long nap on your behalf. I'm off to do church finances now. Thank you. You have a good day, sir. Really appreciate it. Man, JHB, thank you. Thank you, man. Another super chat. Really appreciate it. I mean, I'm really lost for words, folks. Just, I mean, I know it's getting redundant, but it's like just thankful. I mean, we didn't have to do no chicken sales, no car washes, none of that stuff. Man. Might want to see if I can call some other people. See if I can get anybody else involved. But let's see. Whatever we got, stuff we got going on. Unify Protect setup. Trying to see another video that we can go through. Hey, JHB, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Epworth Design. Eternal Life Matters. Facebook Live Basics. Sean was like saying, never liked doing the sales and stuff like that. I mean, I never did, but I got into it. So, I mean, I actually enjoy, I don't want to say I enjoy sales or being a salesman. I like, definition of an entrepreneur is finding a problem and solving it. That's what I like doing. And again, like when I recommend, I'd rather just give as I can. I really appreciate that. Like me, I like to just be able to give people solutions to problems that they have and let them pick so that they can weed through the stuff. And it's like I have no direct financial interest in what they go with, but to be able to help and bless, that's what I'm excited about. Let's see. What else we got? I'm looking for another video to play because, I mean, we are in the home stretch, folks. That's the HC India 200. How to change, how to green screen yourself, how to install Meetup, how to make a page, how to make better thumbnails, how to make. Let's do. How would I do a hybrid service? How about that one? And we'll come back here. And I mean, I'll stop if we have any other questions going on, but that's where we're at. Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and in this video I kind of want to walk through my idea of what a hybrid service is after talking to a bunch of y'all and kind of brainstorming. So let's go. Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. It's your first time stopping by the channel. Thanks for stopping by. And on this channel we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you like what we're doing here, consider becoming a patron or YouTube member by clicking one of the links down below. So we're going in quite a bit, and I want to give a big shout out to Black Bar. Somebody sent me a link to one of his videos talking about this kind of topic, and I want to kind of give a workflow, or if I was design a true from the ground up hybrid service, what would that look like? So I've had the camera out here. I've actually been doing a couple of concepts, and I'm actually gonna throw this whole thing together, talk it through, and then I have a timestamp down below to jump to the mock sample of what this would actually look like. So the main concept is this. I would hope by now we all realize that putting a camera in the back of the sanctuary and then just live streaming what we're doing is a good start. But this is, hence the title of an e-missionary, is using technology to share God's word. And just putting a camera in the back with very little interaction is not a good representation of what we would do in a traditional service. What's my vision of this? My vision of this is that a service is catered to a digital experience that's actually going to be interactive, similar to what I do on my Q&As with Friday. I'm engaging with the people who are watching. I'm taking questions. I'm reading their comments. I'm commenting back to them. If that can work for me in a Q&A, why not try that in a hybrid service? So for me, my thought of this is to have a e-host, one or two, that you start off with your countdown like you traditionally do. You would have an intro, but then the intro, instead of cutting over to the sanctuary, it cuts over to your e-host, your e-usher, your e-pastor, whatever your title you want to call it, but it's catered to almost like an interactive dialogue with the people who are watching online, who are escorting them through the whole process of a digital service that is made for people who are watching online. Meaning that when you just have a camera, it is very easy to get up, walk around, do whatever. Not that we're trying to hold anybody hostage, but when you have people who are there, just like you see the reaction stuff that is popular on YouTube, you're just watching somebody watch something. That's not the entertainment part or holding their attention. You have somebody who is bridging that for you. So how can we flip that and turn that from a ministry standpoint? So your host, your e-usher, your e-pastor, whatever, they're speaking specifically and directly to members who are at home, but more importantly, it is focused as from a ministry standpoint for total complete strangers to your ministry. We're thankful for the members who are not able to come and they're able to watch, but this is meant to be a gathering digitally to where you treat members and complete guests the exact same way. So in my mindset, I'm thinking about leveraging vMix, because that's just the one that I know right now, to where you can actually bring up the comments of people. Now think about this. How more engaging would it be compared to you just having a camera up at the back of the service and you're just watching, compared to, hey, Taurus, man, I see you in the comments. Hey, good morning. How are you doing? And on the other end, you got to think, you're hearing your name called out live. Just think about it. I mean, I'm showing my age, but I mean, back in the day when you would call in to the midnight storm or whatever, and you're calling into the radio station saying, I want to dedicate a song to that special person, and the other person is here and they hear their name. You know, I'm playing on that. No, a lot of people don't do that now, but you got to think, to be able to call out people, just like I do in my Q&A. Hey, good morning, blah, 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 whoever. You're interacting. And now you got to think somebody is in the kitchen cooking, and then all of a sudden they hear their name and like, whoa, 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 they're talking about me. What they're going to do? Come back to see who is calling their name. Oh, wait a minute, this is different. You know, and then the idea is you have two paths. You have the regular service of everybody who's going on, the physical service who's in the building, in the sanctuary, but then you have a digital service, and they start off completely differently, but they intersect during the moments where we all need to gather together, whether that be praise and worship, or that's in prayer, or that's during announcements, or ultimately when it gets to the word. In all the quote unquote dead spots, the low spots, they go into an interactive piece with the people who are watching online. So, you know what, instead of me just mumbling about, let me go ahead and show you a concept of what I think this would be like. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our services online. My name is AJ with the Media Ministry, and I want to introduce you to our new hybrid service, a digital online worship service that's catered directly for you. This is a little bit different than what you may have seen in the past year, but we're trying something new here. So just like how we normally do, y'all are in the chat, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on our website, and we can bring in your comments here, and me and my cohort, my host, who is too shy to get on the camera right now, we're going to be catering this digital service directly for you. Not just the members who are at home that are not able to come out, but those people who we have never met, and we want to introduce ourselves to you, and thank you so much for joining us. So if you have any questions, any comments, guess what? We're going to be able to interact directly with you. And I see you there, Taurus, you're there in the chat. Thank you so much. So we'll be able to bring up your comments. If you have some questions, if you have a praise report, I want you to share that with us, because we are going to partake and jump back in to everyone who is here on site in the sanctuary, but we're catering this to you. So if you have questions or anything, we're here to answer. If you need prayer, you want to do anything, we are building up this community so that we can speak with you all. So let's go ahead and start off with the highlights for the day and everything that's going on here at Antioch. Good morning, Antioch. I want to welcome you here. We want to take a few minutes to go through this week's announcements and everything going on here at Antioch. Thank you so much for those announcements. Hey, well, it looks like the praise team has started, so let's go ahead and join everyone in the sanctuary right now for praise and worship. Well, they sang that song now, didn't they? Did y'all enjoy that one? Let me know down below. Let's see what else is going on. If anybody has any praise reports, please leave them down below. And while we're giving some time for y'all to do that, just know that if... All right, so we have a question here. Is there a way to have only my first name to display on my channel? Now, Sean, what you're talking about, let me let me cut over to mine, and so I can know exactly direct exactly what I'm talking about, what you're talking about, and make sure I'm not missing what you're saying. So I take this off here. So if I go to my channel, so are you saying like right here or right here? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about in the comments? Let me know, and we can follow back up with that. So, oh, I hadn't had this on the whole time. But yeah, man, 8:19. Ooh, 3 hours to go. Oh man, really excited, folks. Let me know. And all right, so follow up question here. Waiting for it to pop up on social, so we can cut over to that question. Got to quit. I'm just waiting for VMix social update. All right, Franklin has something here. The sound of your streaming is always very low. You should apply a limiter at 1 decibels in your audio output and increase the volume until the limiter starts working occasionally. I will work on that there, Franklin. Thank you. Thank you. I guess it's like, well, that's one of the things I need to work in my editing. And I normally do that from my audio standpoint. And then I guess I'm just used to, like, when I was in my apartment, I'll always talk down. And I tried to record videos when everybody else was at work or at school. That's another reason why, just to have a house, a single family, and it's not attached to nothing, and we can go, man, my hand leaning on it way too hard, to be able to do some other stuff like that. But let's see. Let's cut back over here, and we'll cut back over to the video. Yeah. If you like what we're doing here and we're ministering to you, just realize this is fertile soil that you can plant your seed in. If you're feeling up to it, if you want to give towards this ministry, realize that you can give to 3 options. You can give online on our website at Banco, or you can go give through Cash App at Antioch Verina, or you can go do the traditional way and mail it in and send it here to the church, and we'll be able to collect those. And we just want to thank you so much for your patronage and giving towards this ministry. Well, looking at my monitor right there, it looks like Pastor's up getting ready to preach. Actually, I'm sorry, that's not Pastor, that's Reverend Harris is going to be preaching. So let's go ahead and get into the word.
Fool me now. Don't fool me. Amen. That's the work that God does in us.
I hope that the message that you heard inspired you to want to develop a relationship with Jesus. And that's what this is all about. All the lights, all the cameras, all the graphics, everything means nothing if we are not able to share the message of Jesus Christ with you. And just realize that this is your opportunity right now. If you don't have a relationship or you don't know Jesus, but you want to get your life right, say this prayer with me. All right, so we got that. So we got some questions here. Like, let me make sure. Oh, in the comments, that's actually pulling from your name. So that's going to be, you need to adjust your channel under your channel. So I don't know if it's going to let me do that here. Let me see. So we're done with this video. And I got to be mindful to see how this displays on my side. All right, so we're going to go. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I don't show too much on my side as well too. Okay. All right. So this is how it's going to go. So hopefully I can follow this path so we don't do anything crazy here. All right. Hopefully I can remember this. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go to our icon. We're going to go to our settings. We're going to go to view or change your Google account. Then we're going to go to data, and then profile, and then basic information. This is where you would change your name right there. All right. If you want to show less or more or change how it's done, you would do it there. So hopefully that helps you. Robert Moore was saying anything you can do to combat internet issues, have your own ISP. Unfortunately, since you don't have one, you're at the discretion of whoever your provider is. If they're inconsistent, and again, you're saying Comcast, that's the reason I was excited about getting rid of them for that same thing. What's going on? Hi, I'm a little hard of hearing. I need to do a little lip reading, but I can hardly see your lips so that the background is so bright. Yeah, that was, I did that in the apartment, so that's something else we're going to do. So I got you. Let's see. Shorty, I have been meaning to ask, but reluctant because I'm sure this is so basic, but how do you bring someone's computer into your network as if they were in the same room and on your network? How do I bring someone's computer into your network as if they were in the same room and on your network? I might be missing that. I mean, if I bring anybody else stuff in and I put them on the Wi-Fi, my network, then they have to, I mean, it would be just that. I mean, I put them on the Wi-Fi or have them plug in. If you came in here and plugged into a jack here, it would show like that. Unless I'm missing something. Hopefully I'm not misinterpreting your question here. What else we got going on here? Man. 3 hours. 3 hours and 30 minutes. Our Wi-Fi router has 1 input LAN and 4 out LAN ports. And for now, 2 LAN ports get internet connection, the other 2, no internet. How can we configure that to work? What type of router are you using? Make sure that those jacks are not dead. And then depending on your router, like mine, I can turn off ports inside of the router. You want to make sure that's an option. But again, need to know the brand and everything like that to see what can actually be done with those. Man. John, and tagging onto business, how do you share files between computers? Would like to access files from one PC for another and 3 PCs we use. For me, it's 2 ways. Like right now, I have my Synology NAS, which acts as a file server, and I have authentication. So I have an account that's logged in, so each one of the computers can see the Synology NAS. So if you came in and you don't have the password to get to my NAS, you can see it, but you can't access it. Another way you can do it is set up a file share that's on your network on the computer and say that this folder is accessible. So like, for example, if I cut over to my computer, take this down, and let's go over here. So if I go here to my network and I just go to network locations in general, let me close this, and I just go to the network. Let's give it a second to spin up. And see, this is my second computer. And these are the shared folders I have accessible there. And as long as I have access, I can get into that folder and it's shared. And that's on the computer that's right behind me. That's one way I have it set up. Or like I said, all these folders right here, these are on this is on my Synology NAS, all of these, and these are shared to anybody on the network that has the passwords. So they're linked to my actual account. So if you try to come in and you don't have my account with two-factor authentication, you're not getting on. And I know that's overkill if it's just me, but hey, I like to have my stuff secure at all times. Nathan, what type of tripod do you have behind you with the Canon Vixia? Can you explain your overhead rig that and what products you're using? Sure. So the one I have right here, this is actually a that is a Komen, and it should be in the link in the description that shows my tour of the equipment that I have. And from behind me, let's cut over to the PTZ so we can actually see that. So for here, what I have is that is a 10X SMT AV that is just looking down. I had the Sony, but like I said, I was having power issues with it that was being inconsistent when I was using it. So I have like some near lights. The other one is upstairs. So normally I have them flanking. That is the Blackmagic Studio Camera 4K Plus. Have a little 9-inch screen that's mimicking the same output, so I can see that I'm centered in the camera as well. That is the AVideo 1 joystick. So instead of me moving this joystick, I have two, so I can actually move this around. And that is a mount that actually Sean Cannell did a review on, and it is very, very stable. Ideally, if I had my way and this was my house, that camera would actually be mounted to the ceiling, and it wouldn't be anything on the table at all, and it would be just looking down. That's how I did it at Chris's house. That I was running cables for the studio, so I should be down there soon to finish that up. And I mean, that's mainly it. And I have, you can't see it, but I have a little rack, and I know I might be in the way, so you might not be able to see it. You see that little rack? Not my head, but that little rack right there, if I can get in focus. I have another one of them right under the table here. So it holds my switch on this other side here. So the switch that powers off my connections is literally right up under there. You can see the little hook right there, one of them. That little hook right there. So it has a little basket that hangs up under here, so you're able to get to that stuff. So that's what I'm using there. So hopefully that answers your question, Miss Shorty. I guess I should have said LAN. How can you remotely connect someone to your LAN to share the resources on your network? I mean, again, normally it should just be the Wi-Fi. And as long as you have it open, you should be able to connect it. Now, I mean, if I want to make sure I'm not overthinking this. I mean, if it's on your network, like my girlfriend, I put her printer on the network. There's no security like that. So as long as I'm on her network, my computer, my phone, or anything will see the computer and the printer, and I can print to it. So let me know make sure I'm not doing that wrong. Philip Paul says it's a unified router from our service provider. Is it white, gray, or black? And I can go in that direction because I have an edge router, so it's not a unified router. So maybe it's the USG, and it's a white square. But no, you said it has 4 ports out. Yeah, I need to know which model, and then we can talk through what it could possibly be. Bruh. Man. I was getting tired, folks. I'm excited, but I mean, I'm tired. I'm really tired. But excited about everything that's going on. Let's see. Bringing people in. This is quite an issue when you have a hybrid two-way Zoom meeting. Also, being a church, when you have a congregation contribution, the country is to sit across the road. Maybe I'm missing that last part. Can you get more than 2 speakers to 1 amp? I mean, as long as you have the power to support it, yes. But again, you got to be careful. And I might misquote this. There was a video that talked about this as well. Your amp needs to have more power than the maximum amount that the speaker has, because then you're not going to drive enough power to it. There's also an ohmage and all this other stuff like that. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but like a church I'm doing right now, they sent me some stuff. They have an amp that kept going out, and it was way bigger, but the amp that I'm looking to replace actually produces more power than an amp, so that should be good. It's better to have more power than an amp than that your speakers need than to have your speakers need more power than the amp can produce. Remotely as that would, I mean, it's a couple of ways you can do that. You can, like the unified ones, you can set up a private VPN and you can connect to it that way. If you need to get into the system, like into your net, yeah, it's mainly you're going to need to make a bridge between your network and that one, which is normally a VPN, so you can get in and tunnel and be connected to it. That would be the most secure way. How good is NDI bridge from another state? Honestly, I've never tried that, so I can't really address that. PG, I have an A10 Mini and a PTZ camera set up with a Behringer X32 using audio to mic 1. Last week, I noticed that the audio and the video was not in sync. Any suggestions? All right, is it an A10 Mini or is it an A10 Mini Pro? Because if it's an A10 Mini and it's not in sync, that's not an issue with the ATEM. It's a 95% chance it's not an issue with the ATEM. It's the system that you have the